welcome to Math 76, lessons 137 and 138. I'm combining the last two lessons in the book, and this is our last lesson of the year. And in this lesson, we're going to talk about the sums of the angle measures of a triangle, and we're going to review Roman numerals. Now, it does have an activity you can try at home, but I've done that for you. If you take a triangle, we have a triangle here, and you use a compass to cut the same angles, circled angles off of a triangle. So I've done that with this triangle. You see, I've cut the circles off. You are going to find that those circles, those wedges cut off. So when we have our little wedges like this cut off, you're going to find that when you put those together, those form a half circle. I'm going to show you right here. You see, I've put those together and they form a half circle. Now, this should tell you something about the measures of the angles of a triangle, because we know that a full circle measures 360 degrees. So half of a circle measures 180 degrees. So together, all three of these angles that I cut off measure 180 degrees. The sum of the angle measures of any triangle. It doesn't matter if it's acute, right? But the sum of the angles of any triangle measure 180 degrees. The measure of two of the angles of the triangle are given. What is the measure of the third angle? So we know angle is 40 degrees, one angle is 60 degrees, and we want to find the measure of the third angle. Well, we can use the information that we know that the sum of all the angles have to total 180 degrees. So we know that the measure of 40 degrees plus 60 degrees plus the unknown has to equal 180 degrees. We will subtract 100, these two together, total 100. We'll subtract 100 from 180, and we find that the measure of the unknown angle is 80 degrees. So if we go back to that, this is 40 degrees, this angle 60 degrees, this angle is 80 degrees. So just remember, the sum of all three angles of a triangle, any triangle, will equal 180 degrees. There are some practice problems. I will put the answers to those practice problems in Canvas. I'd like you to go ahead and try practicing those there and check your work. Now we're going to talk about Roman numerals. We're just going to do a review on those. The numerals that we normally use to write numbers are called Arabic numerals. There are other ways to write numbers. One of the ancient forms of numerals that we will use today is Roman numerals. We see Roman numerals used to number chapters in books, to mark hours on a clock, to date buildings, and to number Olympiads and Super Bowl games. The table that I put up lists the value of some of the Roman numerals. So this is the numeral, the Roman numeral, and this is the value of it. So an I is 1, V is 5, X is 10, L is 50, D is 500, M is 1000. The Roman numeral system does not use place value. The number 2 does not stand for 11, or the number II would not stand for 11. It stands for 2. The value of the numerals are added together unless a numeral of lesser value is written in front of a numeral of greater value. In that case, the smaller number is subtracted from the larger. I've got some examples I've written of Roman numerals. Now, it might be kind of messy and hard to see these on the whiteboard. They are in the book. You can look over those also in the book, but let's just quickly go over them. Here, I'm going to use my cut triangle paper to kind of block it out. Here we see we have I. That means 3. We have IX. So I is smaller than X. X is a value of 10. So we subtract 1 from 10 and we see that it equals 9. X equals 30. If we go down, we have DC. And if we go back to our chart, we see that D is 500, C is 100. So if you go back, you'll see that D is 500, C is 100. Oh, and I'm sorry, I didn't put C on that chart. I'm sorry, C is 100. So DC would be 600. IV, I being 1, V being 5, will equal 4. VI will equal 6. If we go down here, We have XII, so we have 10, 1, 2, 3, 10, so 13. XL, which is a 10 and a 50. The 10 comes before the 50, so we know to subtract 10 from 50. That equals 40. XC, we have 10 and 100. Again, the 10 is smaller than 100, so we know to subtract 10 from 100, and we get 90. We go down here and we have MM, so that's 2,000. M is 1,000 and another 1,000. We have XIV, 10, 1, 5. We subtract a 1 from the 5 and we get 14. And then we have LXX, L is 50, X is 10, so 70. MCM, M is 1,000, C is 100, M is 1,000. So we know, because the C comes before the M, that we subtract 10 from that. So or 100 from that, I'm sorry. So we have 1,900. Then we come down to the bottom row, we have 511, which is 8. We have, oh, sorry, let me kind of move the camera. Then we have XVI, so we have 10, 5, 1, 16. And then we have XC. C again is 100, and I forgot to write that on the chart. I am sorry, the chart is in the book, but X is 10, and since X comes before 100, we subtract 10, and we already did that, but anyway, those are just a review of Roman numerals and how they work. I do want you to go over those in the book. I'd like you to do the practice problems. I will put the answers for the practice problems in Canvas. And I'm so, I guess, mixed emotions. I'm happy the school year's done. I'm sad. I miss seeing you guys in the classroom. So hopefully we'll all be back in September and have a really great summer.